Today what we're working on or getting started on is the Monomials All Operations assignment. You're going to be doing this over the course of 2 days this week, today, and then again on Thursday. I'm going to have you guys work on, you're not doing all of them. You're only going to go through and do all of the odd numbers, so odd numbers only. So it's going to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. So it's kind of a lot, but you have 2 days to work on this, and I know there's testing this week, so you might have to make this up on your own time or later in the day. I'm going to do probably like 2 questions today, and then maybe 1 or 2 questions again on Thursday just to help you guys out with maybe the more difficult ones, or just answer questions if you have any. But for today, let's go through, read our directions. It says, simplify the following monomials. Your answer should contain positive exponents only. First one I'm going to do here is number 3, because this one's fairly different from all the others. It's got some words in there. It's a verbal expression. So I wanted to help you guys out with this. It says subtract negative 2w from negative 6w. So since we have this keyword from, we actually have to flip it around and rearrange things. So we see that negative 2w is first and negative 6w is last. But when you go to write it out, negative 6w is going to go first, and then negative 2w is going to go after that. And also, keyword, it says we're going to subtract. Although, yes, we have negative numbers or negative information there, you still need to put in a subtraction sign because we're subtracting negative 2w from negative 6w. So I put a subtraction sign in between. And if you have that, you can put your parentheses around and then we can solve it from there. So if you have minus a negative like we do here, that really just turns into a positive. So it's really negative 6w plus 2w. And then we can just combine it from there. We've got a negative and a positive. They're different signs, so we can just subtract big number minus small number. 6 minus 2 is 4, and keep the sign of the larger number. So we get a negative 4, and then you keep that w. So you get negative 4w would be your answer there. You just combine like terms. They're adding and subtracting to get your answer of negative 4w. Okay? So also make sure when you're doing this, there's a couple of them that you can just go straight to the answer, but most of them you'll have to show some work like I just did here. So make sure if you can show work, you show your work so you can get your credit. And then also if you make a mistake, then I can go back and help you figure out where you made a mistake, and then we can fix it. Okay? And the next one we'll do here together, number 17. Okay. So it looks like so far we're going to be working with the quotient rule. Okay, so we can just go through and start dividing our numbers first. So we've got the 6 over 4. I'm going to rewrite this 6 over 4. We can actually reduce this fraction or turn it into smaller numbers by dividing top and bottom by the same number. We can divide both of them, since they're both even numbers, we can divide them both by 2. Okay, so then once you do that, 6 divided by 4, or sorry, whoops, 6 divided by 2 up top, we get a 3 over, and then 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that is really 4 over, whoops, wow, I'm saying the wrong numbers, 3 over 2. Okay, so we got our numbers. Now we can look at our variables. We're looking at our variable a now. Okay, so we've got a to the power of 5 divided by a to the power of invisible 1. Remember, if you don't see the exponent, there's always an invisible 1. And for the quotient rule, all you do is subtract your exponents. So you've got 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, and then we can look at our last variable, b. We have the quotient rule, b to the power of 2 divided by b to the power of 3. Subtract your exponents. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Okay, so you would think, okay, I'm done, but be careful. our direction says your answer should contain positive exponents only. So we need to go ahead and clean this up because we've got a negative exponent here. So let's rewrite this. We've got the 3 over 2. And our first variable, this a to the 4th power, it's a positive exponent, so that can stay up top, a to the 4th power. But this one here, b to the power of -1, that's our negative exponent rule where you cross the line, change the sign, cross the line, and change the sign. Okay, so I'm going to cross this line right here, the fraction bar, and we're going to change the sign so it's a +1. Okay, so you could say that's your answer, but let's go one step further. Your exponent of 1 here, it's really invisible, so you could just either erase it or you can rewrite the entire thing so you just have the 1 is gone because it's invisible. We don't need to see it there. And that would be your final answer. So 3a to the 4th power all divided by 2b. And there's an exponent of invisible 1 there. We just don't see it because it's invisible. Okay, so you can see I showed my work there for number 17. And there's a couple of them. They're using all different rules for solving these. There's product, quotient, power rule, negative exponent rule, all of them combining like terms, combination of everything. Most of them use just 1, maybe 2 rules that you'll have to use there to solve them. Just make sure you go through, show your work. And again, we're going to be doing this over the course of 2 days because we have lots of testing going on this week and really just till the end of the school year. So if you don't get it all done today, that's okay. You've got 2 days to work on this. You have Tuesday and Thursday to do all of the odd numbers. I'll do a couple more on Thursday, but that is it for today. Message me if you have any questions, okay?